The City of Brampton is truly an urban city, one of the fastest growing communities in Canada. Brampton's a vibrant city in the new millennium with a population in excess of 300,000 people. And in spite of being a very busy city, Brampton has areas of quiet and solitude for its citizens within the very heart of the city.
Hello, my name is Bob Cranch. I'm the Commissioner of Brampton's Community Services Department. Please join me on a tour through our city on our pathways and bicycle trails.
Hi, we're the Krauses. We're about to take you on a journey through the city of Brampton. We've been biking these trails for the past 5 years, discovering parts of Brampton not visible from the main thoroughfare. Are you ready to take the journey?
Let's head north to Snowgrove. Well, Joan, here we are at one of Brampton's busiest highways in Mayfield, ready to take this Etobicoke Creek Trail south down to the wonderful scenery in Brampton.
With countryside all around, the north entrance to the Etobicoke Creek Trail begins here. The Etobicoke Creek Trail is one of Brampton's almost continuous biking and walking trails. It begins at Mayfield Road in the Snellgrove area and travels southerly to end just beyond Steeles Avenue. Footbridges found throughout the trails provide the trail users a convenient way of crossing watercourses. The trail follows the shoreline of the Etobicoke Creek and covers a distance of approximately 16 kilometers. As you travel through the extensive trail system, you'll notice that the scenery is constantly changing. There are many songbirds in this tranquil wooded area, and wildlife is all around. The Brampton Parks Department's program of natural regeneration along the trails, together with an abundant supply of fresh water, has created a habitat for many creatures not normally seen in an urban environment. This bounty of wildlife, so accessible to the Brampton community, adds an extra dimension to the trail users' enjoyment. The system of underpasses allows the trail user to pass safely under the main intersecting roadways. In the open areas along the trail, small parkettes can be found with some containing playground equipment. Leads to Lover's Lake Park, which is also accessible from nearby Sandalwood Parkway. Some fishing takes place in Lover's Lake, but swimming is not permitted. Waterfowl can be found in abundance in this area. Canada geese are certainly plentiful. Brampton trails, designed primarily to provide a pedestrian and bicycling passageway through Brampton's conservation areas, have been a vital center of neighborhood life. The trails connect community services such as schools, recreation centers, playgrounds, and parkland to nearby residential districts. Jogging is a very popular recreational activity on these trails. The Brampton Trail System is a dog walker's paradise. The tributaries that connect to the main trail are definitely worth exploring. The trails support a wide variety of wildlife. You'll see things on the trail that would not be seen on the streets. The best time to see wildlife is in early morning. Wildlife that lives in the water system can be seen any time of day. Blue heron and river otters have been observed fishing in the waterways. The occasional ambitious beaver has attempted to dam up the Etobicoke Creek. The trail swings away from Etobicoke Creek and passes through Meadowland Park. The trail again returns to the shoreline of Etobicoke Creek. These banks support a wide variety of tall grasses, wildflowers, and moisture-loving plants. Aquatic life thrives in this environment. Continuing along Etobicoke Creek, the trail once again passes under Hurontario Street, where it enters Kiwanis Memorial Park. The Brampton Parks Department, with assistance from a number of volunteer individuals and organizations, create and maintain the flower gardens in the numerous parks found along the trails. Stoop and scoop signs directed to the attention of dog owners are posted throughout the trail system. The Etobicoke Creek Trail passes under Steeles Avenue and then continues by the west side of the municipal Peel Village Golf Course. This small parkette contains another playground area. The trail enters this wooded section that follows along the ridge above the golf course. It continues behind the backyards of these residential properties and then heads into Turtle Creek Park. The walkway from Turtle Creek Park to Seminole Drive ends the Etobicoke Creek Trail.
Here we are at the Chincoosy Trail. Ron, shall we continue on our journey?
Let's go, Joan. Okay.
The Chincoosy Trail follows a linear park system between Dixie and Bramaley Roads. The trail begins at Avondale Boulevard and Bramley Road, then to Bouvard Drive in the north, a distance of about 8 kilometers. Trail information signs are located along the route. The Chinguacousy Trail follows this narrow waterway, which is designed for flood control. The main trail and adjoining trails connect some 13 schools, 5 recreation centers, and 23 parks. Here, 2 young adventurers have discovered aquatic life in this watercourse channel. Continuing north, the trail passes under busy Queen Street. Trail users are friendly people who will take the time to stop and chat. The trail passes into Chinguacousy Park, is one of the largest Brampton parks that is connected to the network of walking and biking trails. A cenotaph at the southwest corner of the park recognizes veterans of World War I, World War II, and the Korean War. The flower gardens in the park are truly outstanding, and refreshments are nearby at the Cousy Tea House. Many of the plants seen in the flower gardens along the trails are grown in the Chinguacousy Park greenhouse that is only a short walk from the trail. This small dam on the watercourse at the south end of Chinguacousy Park creates this beautiful recreational lake for leisure water activities. As the trail continues its northward journey, its character changes. The trail widens, allowing a broader view of the greenbelt, lessening the impact of the adjacent urban setting. The majority of trails are well lighted. This is when dog owners come out in great numbers and walk their dogs along the trail. The Adopta Park program creates an awareness in the children of the participating schools of the need to reduce litter and discourage vandalism. School children regularly go out in school groups and help to clean up litter in their adopted park. A number of service clubs and community groups are also involved in this program. The banks of this minor watercourse running through Chinguacousy Trail are stabilized with stone cribbing. The Chinguacousy Trail presently ends at Bouvard Drive.
Ron, that was great. Are you ready for more exploring?
Sure, Joan. Isn't that another trail sign over there?
Let's have a look.
This is Professor's Lake Trail. Looks really exciting. What do you say we take a ride on the trail today?
I could go for that.
The south end of Professor's Lake Trail begins at Avondale Boulevard and Bramley Road. This trail is an urban trail that ties together the parks, parkettes, and recreation centers that will be found along the trail. The trail passes through Earnscliffe Park with its soccer field, baseball diamond, and other well-utilized recreational facilities. It follows the banks of this creek into Fallingdale Park. More beautiful flowers at Fallingdale Parkette. With Greenmount Park nearby, a football practice is underway. School children on their way to and from schools make extensive use of the trails. The playground in this park is particularly popular. Most of the trails are paved with a width of 2.5 meters, which allows pedestrians and cyclists to easily pass one another on the trail. Professor's Lake Trail passes near this footbridge, which allows passage over a minor watercourse to secondary trails. The trail leads to Professor's Lake and Professor's Lake Recreation Center, which offers the opportunity for all kinds of water activities. Swimming, sunbathing, picnicking, sailing, rowing, and canoeing, along with fishing and social events, provides an experience seldom found in most urban municipalities. Brampton Parks and Recreation Department run an organized program of aquatic activities at Professor's Lake. The trail continues around the perimeter of Professor's Lake. This 26 hectares of former gravel pit, which is spring-fed, provides a freshwater lake, which can be enjoyed from the waterfront trail system. After traveling 11 kilometers from its starting point, Professor's Lake Trail presently ends here.
Ron, isn't this a beautiful man-made lake?
This is a fitting end, Joan, to a wonderful ride in Professor's Lake Trail and all the trails in Brampton. We're very fortunate in the city to have a wonderful way of just exploring the back areas of all this beautiful city.
Trail usage continues throughout the year. The fall season produces a spectacular and colorful scene. When winter descends, the trail walkways that are used as shortcuts to school are maintained. In Chinguacousy Park, waterfowl continue to live in Brampton throughout the winter season, although in somewhat crowded conditions. Snowmaking equipment ensures continuous skiing opportunities on Mount Chinguacousy. Some of Mother Nature's winter splendors. Jogging and dog walking remain popular even in winter, in addition to the more seasonal activities. Off to the slopes. When Professor's Lake freezes over and the ice is thick enough to be safe, enterprising local residents enjoy the benefit of hockey on this natural ice surface. Although ice fishing is not encouraged by the Parks Department, winter does not deter some enthusiastic ice fishermen. A bite. And success. In the spring, some areas of the trails that pass through floodplain lands are subject to flooding, and the trail user must use caution. However, overwintering waterfowl are delighted to finally have some swimming room. The trails dry up quickly and summer returns. Here again is Bob Cranch.
We hope you've enjoyed traveling the trails through the city. You should take some of the tributaries that run off of these trails and learn more about your community. These trails, parks, and parkettes are all for your enjoyment. We hope that you use them wisely as they belong to all of us. The Brampton Parks Department would like to thank you very much and hope that you enjoy these facilities that we've provided for you. Goodbye. I must be on my way.
This presentation has highlighted only 3 of a number of existing walking and biking trails in the city of Brampton. Trail development is ongoing and will be extended as the city grows. In the future, when funding and resources are available, there are plans to link up Brampton's extensive system of pedestrian and cycling trails with similar trails in adjoining municipalities. We hope that you'll continue to enjoy these wonderful recreation activities found on the trails that flow through the very heart of the City of Brampton.